Chat! Chat, can you hear me? Chat, how are you doing? There are apparently 30 of you here, so cheers. Also, apologies for my unkempt appearance, but for anyone who's been reading the Patreon threads, I've came back from the convention which I'll talk about. Here's the flyer for the talk we did, the panel that we did over in Florida. Anyway, I came back from the convention with COVID, so that was fun, and I'm just getting over it. I'm doing all right. So, cheers. No, Disney never got in touch with me for TIE Fighter. I think they prefer to do their own Star Wars visions and whatnot. Indeed. Oh, the heat. Now, obviously, I'm from England, where it's perpetually grey and rainy and cold, and so Atlanta's bad enough for heat, but Florida, Miami was just crazy, absolute madness. Claudia's used to it. Sorry, Mackie's used to it. It's Doctor Live. Her name's in the credits for the end of every film we do, though, so it's not really doxing. Anyway, so yeah, Mackie's used to it, and she was showing me around places where she grew up in Miami. But most of the time was, the 3 days at the convention. We had an Airbnb, but really it was only for sleeping in, because we'd get up early, go to the convention, come back, fall asleep, get up, go to the convention, come back, fall asleep. It was just there wasn't really any time for anything other than convention stuff. But the panel went really well. Here's a in real life colorized image from the panel. We were showing TIE Fighter at the start. We got some free artwork down here for people. Look, there's not many people in the audience. Oh, thank you, Wiss. Thank you very much. $25. That'll buy me some more solid gold cups with which to drink my beverages from. Is the tea in the glass? What, this? This isn't a glass. No, this is it's 3 rooms long. Yes, we've as Mackie says, that's another shot. So there were some people in, but why wasn't our panel packed, you might ask? Like, it's a fairly well known-ish person who does animation. Why wasn't our panel packed? It's because there were 2 panels on animation. There was ours, and there was an indie animation panel, which is showing the amazing Digital Circus, which, of course, one of the events at the con was they have the voice actors from the Digital Circus there, and everyone's getting autographs from them, so everyone wants to watch it again. And they decided to schedule these two panels, schedule them at exactly the same time on Sunday. That there are 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You could have done it at any time, but no, they both have to be in direct competition, and so obviously everyone went to watch the Digital Circus instead of coming to our panel. So thank you to the few people that you see here that did come. The panel went really well, so congrats to Mackie for that. She put it all together. This here, hold on, I'll zoom in. Look, you see this? See this? That's her arm. That's my hand. And so yeah, it went really well, actually. I enjoyed it. An indie radio show that boasts being packed last. Yeah. So we were fighting against some dubiously advised scheduling, but it went really well. We got it all done on time. We practiced. Here's our script laminated in a folder, which we practiced many times, and it went off really well, actually. And people that were there were really invested. Everyone was asking us questions, and yeah, I had a very good time. Mackie did some networking. We might possibly, we'll have to see how it goes. Have a couple of things in the pipeline from people that we met there. But yeah, it was good. Yes, the digital circus. Well, I mean, can't get. Oh yeah, can't did me dirty. But yeah, we forgot to tell anyone we were doing it. Well, it's not like so. When I went to cons in the 90s, they were held. This is UK cons. I don't know about American cons. So the con would be held in a hotel, and you'd arrive on the Friday. You'd go to the front desk in the hotel, and they would check you in. They'd see that your name was written down, that you'd registered. They'd give you your con badge. They'd give you your bag with your con book in, because there was always a convention book, and obviously there was a schedule for all 3 days. And so you'd look at the schedule, and you'd highlight the things you want to go to, and it was pretty simple. And this, you had to download an app for it. The scheduling was a little bit tricky to see what was going on. You couldn't really tell what was clashing with other things. It's not really like, and they didn't advertise anything as such. They didn't advertise anything, so it's just like you had to look in depth for a couple of hours through the schedule, and a lot of it's repeats, so your eyes are glazing over. It's like autograph signing with this person, autograph signing with this person, LARPing with so and so group, throwing axes and doing kind of like archery and stuff for some LARPing thing over in the main room, and then that's repeated all 3 days. And you're like, have I read this before? And so, yeah, people would have had to read through a whole lot of stuff just to find our panel at the end. And so that's my cope. I don't know what Mackie's cope. Yes. Yeah, it was on the Con app, yeah. We would like to do Mad City. Someone told us about it. Yeah. Yeah, we'd like to do more. And I mean, it did go very well. I was a little worried about public speaking. Mackie not so much, because she has experience in public speaking. But yeah, I enjoyed it. That's me with the DeLorean. Wow. You can pay $20 to take a photo of the DeLorean, or you can go to the side like we did and take a picture for free. Wow, incredible. Look, we had free artwork that we were giving away to people. Anyway, that's that. Our panel, it went well. How are you doing, chat? How's your week been? You seen any good films? Seen any good anime? Obviously Ghost in the Shell's out. The new Ghost in the Shell is out now. So that is the well, I didn't do it for free. They did it for free. If you think about it, if you want to know the truth about it. Yeah, I saw some things at that con. LARPing, furries. There was a furry meetup. There was a Capcom meetup. I was like, I love Capcom. Let's go see what the meetup's like. Not much was really going on at the Ultimate Capcom meetup. Since we're in Atlanta, Anime Weekend Atlanta, you'd think, would be a very good choice for us, but we are still waiting to hear on whether they want us to do a panel for them. And then we went to the karaoke. Being big karaoke people, we went to the karaoke. That was about 4 hours long, and that again, this is all new to me because I used to go to cons in the 90s. So I'm like, wow, things must be really organised now. Not entirely. We went to the karaoke. He goes, okay, we're going to put a QR code on the screen. Get out your con app. Take a photo of the QR code. That will take you to a page where you put in your karaoke request. So the QR code goes on the screen. Immediately, over 100 people hold their phones up. 100 requests all go in at once. It like murders the system, and obviously none of my requests went in because I was clearly a nanosecond too late. But you don't know that because it's random, so you're just sitting there hoping that the randomized system will play one of your song requests. But again, I paid $14 for a drink because it's a con, and just sat there and had fun, and we were all cheering people on and stuff, and yeah, I don't know, feeling of camaraderie hasn't gone away. I enjoyed it. Capcom versus furries, that's going to be the next crossover. Indeed. They had like an arcade downstairs, some actual stand-up arcade cabinets, and some sit-down, CRT monitors playing Smash Brothers and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyway, last time I spoke to you, my tablet was broken. Now my tablet is fixed, thanks to an incredible makerspace that we found in Atlanta. We went along to this makerspace, took the tablet, and said, "Can anyone do anything with this tablet?" And there's this, I think his name was Chris. There's this really friendly guy there. It was like, "Leave it to me!" And he takes it over to like this electron microscope and points it down, opens the thing up. It's like magnified to times 100 magnification, and he's there like precision soldering it. And I'm like, "How much do I owe you?" He's like, "Nothing. It's for free." So, I don't know. I forget the name of the group. Was it It's one of the little towns. It's not Dunwoody. It's not Norcross. It's not the cab that we're in. Can you remember it, Mackie? Yeah, I missed the Freddy cosplayer. That's when I was downstairs buying my $14 drink. Indeed, yes. Like, I look younger. Well, it depends. You never normally see me with stubble, but I do look younger than I am. But I'm old enough not to be in trouble and not to be in any danger of being groomed at a convention. The Decatur Makerspace. So yes, the next week we went back with a big box of Dunkin' Donuts to thank them all. Yeah, fantastic. He there's two ports. I can't really show you them, but there's one here. There's one here. There's two ports on an old Wacom, and both of them are degraded over time, and so he just resoldered both of them, like beautifully. So this shouldn't break for a while. No one's grooming me. It's true. That's why I'm unkempt. But yeah, good news is we got a tablet, so that means we can animate. Here's a shot that I've been working on recently with sound. Yes, excessive electrical charge received. He's not having a good time of it. But I mean, it's a patterned flaw. Clearly it's a trap, So I think this evening we'll be working again on this one, which I've been not doing any work off stream on, so that I would have something to stream with you. I'm not sure I want to be groomed by cats, to be honest, but still. How much? Well, that's one of the things we talked about in our panel, was that one of these, like, I've had it for 17 years, and you can get one for like $20, $40 on eBay, and they're just good. They're just good, You don't need fancy equipment. You can you can get free animation programs, including the one used by Studio Ghibli, which is OpenTunes, which is free. And so the thing that really you're going to have to pay for is going to be a graphics tablet if you're getting into animation. But you can get one real cheap, and it'll last you for quite a long time. So the barrier to entry has never been lower, as I said. How's the music volume? I can see you can hear me well above the music, which is good, but do you want Do you want higher music? What do you reckon? Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad you like the very early work. There's an OG here, White Chamber. Yeah, Studio Trophis. I wonder how they're doing. I wonder how Rich and Zach are doing. But I haven't worked on a game per se, but I did. I have completely animated the opening cinematic. It's about 7 minutes for the TIE Fighter Reimagined game, which is being officially released quite soon. So that's a little. I'm on the edge of my seat because I've got a whole thing animated that I have to sit on. I have to sit. I can't show anyone it until the game is released. So, but we might do a little trailer for it. So technically, I've been working on game related stuff, but I haven't been working on any game stuff. No. Yeah, the very first Doctor Who. Oh, that was the third Doctor as well, since he's my favourite. But yeah, I guess we'll slap some colours into this. Well, it's technically the White Chamber, but no, we were thinking of doing a remaster some time ago, but it didn't really go anywhere. I did get so far as redrawing the rooms so that they're 16:9 widescreen resolution, because obviously when we released it, the standard was just standard, so the square resolution that you used to see on 16-bit games. And so that was a little bit tricky because I had to invent new artwork, like to go on the third of the right, third of the left side of the screen to fill it out. But that was just an excuse to put more gory details in, so I did enjoy that. But nothing really ever happened, sadly, with it. Big Time. Mackie and I both really like the Peter Gabriel song Big Time. Everyone remembers him for Sledgehammer, but Big Time is an even better song. And we were thinking of doing a beat 'em up one day where when you power up you go big time and your character becomes huge. But because they become huge, they kind of rip out the clothes, so they're just like wearing Speedos and punching people. Lily has entered the room. There's a tiny cat here somewhere. Lily, where are you? Lily. Lily's very dangerous because if she settles near you, she starts purring, and it has like a frequency that puts you to sleep. So we don't want that happening live on stream. So the way I never watched it in Dragon Ball Zeto Kai, but from what I understand, it's the way they did it with Transformers the movie. They use an incredibly lazy technique called we need it to look widescreen so people will think it's widescreen, let's just zoom in. So you're actually missing half the picture because they've just zoomed in, and the lines are too thick, and you see like too many messy details because they're zoomed in to closer than you ever should see it. And you especially don't want to be zooming in on old anime. It doesn't do it any favors. It's the way they used to do for VHS. If anyone was alive back in those days, they used to call it pan and scan. So movies were filmed obviously in widescreen, and but VHS was TV resolution. Let's see, can I TV resolution, you know, like this box here, but movies were like this, and so the movies would crop the film to about there and extend that to fill the box of your TV. And if something was happening off, so you'd often miss stuff because it would be happening off screen, and so they'd like pan it over and scan it over, and so it was called pan and scan. It looked very unnatural, but we didn't really know because that was the way that we grew up watching movies, until widescreen became a format. And then obviously you got widescreen TVs and it wasn't a problem anymore. You've met the third Doctor's assistant. Which one? LaShaw? Sarah Jane? Or, of course, I should know this. The one who married the ecological guy in The Green Death. Joe! Goodbye, Miss Grant! Joe Grant. Ha! Of course, VHS rental is always the way to go. It had a special feel to it. So, I have watched some things recently. This may surprise you, but I have watched some things. Last night I watched Masters of the Universe, the He-Man movie, which I give a solid 7 out of 10. I expected it to be terrible. It was not terrible. It was better than expected, but it certainly wasn't great. Has anybody seen it? What did you think of it? I thought Skeletor was really good, actually. Like obviously, there's the 80s movie with Dolph Lundgren in it, and Frank Langella, I can never know how to pronounce his name, but he was really good as Skeletor in that. I mean, he's an actor of stage and screen. Is Frank? He's dead now. Also known for the Ninth Gate, the Johnny Depp movie, Roman Polanski. If anyone's seen that. It's awkward, that one. It's one of my favourite movies, but it's made by Roman Polanski. Anyway, so he was great as Skeletor in the 80s movie, but obviously the 80s being great for prosthetic effects and not having any CG, he did just have to wear a skeleton-like mask, unfortunately. Like, you couldn't just give somebody a skull for a head back then in the 80s unless it was a prosthetic puppet or something. And so it was Frank in a mask, but you could still see his nose and stuff, and you could still see his face moving. Whereas one of the bonuses, one of the benefits of doing things in the modern age, I guess, with CGI, is that Skeletor can just be a skull for a head now. Which he was, which I was very surprised by. I was surprised they had the balls to do that. And he looked really good. He looked really good. He sounded really good, but I just wish he did the fucking voice. I just wish he did. I wish he did the voice, you know. He sounded, if you haven't seen it, it was Jared Leto. You okay, Lily? You want to escape? You can escape. You can get out. So it was Mr. Box Office Poison, as he usually is, but I think he was good in this, and he was just kind of putting on a very low pitched British voice, which I don't think works so well for Skeletor. And there was a lot of tonal whiplash, like it didn't know whether it wanted to be an action movie or a comedy at times. So they didn't have the balls to go, we know this is a silly, you know, it's called He-Man. we know this is a silly thing. We're just going to go all in. They didn't have the confidence to do that, and so they tried to hedge their bets and have their cake and eat it too, I think. So they kept doing like comedy things, and obviously they got the meme in there. That was, of course, that had to be in there, didn't it? But yeah, it was alright. It was alright. Yeah, I remember him saying that he really enjoyed it. Obviously, the other famous story is Raul Julia as M. Bison in the live-action Street Fighter, one of his favourite roles. I shall have a look then from later. Katie Manning, yes, that's Joe Grant. Exactly. Far too busy critiquing movies online to watch them. Yeah, I'm far too busy telling people this film's gonna be shit to have time to actually watch it. I have zero interest in the Odyssey, so I won't be watching that. I'm trying to stay away from all the poisonous discourse around it. I'm just not a Nolan fan, unfortunately. I think he did some great stuff early in his career, and then his incredibly overrated Batman stuff, which I didn't like at all, and it's just kind of been boring since then. He did do Memento, didn't he, Nolan? Because that was incredible. Even Inception's like quite good. It has some really good concepts in it. Really? I know they had the same name, but I did not know. I did not know. Yeah, I didn't know that. 4chan has been, well, specifically the TV board on 4chan has been absolutely unusable. Just completely unusable since the Odyssey came out. The Jannies who do it for free are not doing their job at all. There's no reason you should have 65 plus Odyssey threads on a board. I suppose. But speaking of something that's actually good, well, kind of good, semi-mixed feelings. The new Ghost in the Shell. What do you think? Has anyone seen it? More to the point, has anyone read the manga and seen the new adaptation? Because obviously this one is based on the manga, unlike Mamoru Oshii's version, which was based on his pretentiousness. I hope he never watches. Mamoru Oshii's never going to watch any of these streams. I think I'm fine. Manga accurate, almost. It is very manga accurate. Manga accurate. It's not 100%. Check this out. Oh, so quick. Just fill that whole tile. This is why layers are good. Layers are great. I remember when I first ever used Photoshop, I could not get my head around how layers worked until it was explained that they're like cells, they're like stacks of transparent sheets on top of each other, and whatever's on top shows at the top and whatever's at the bottom is underneath. And even then I didn't get it. My brain just could not grasp it. I never liked Standalone Complex. I thought it was too grey. It looked, because it was early 2000s, wasn't it? So it was we just had everything had just gone digital, and for some reason every studio that went digital, which was all of them, had a massive problem with colour. And I don't understand why, because computers have infinite colours. So you can you know, eyedrop any colour you want and have it. And instead they were like, oh shit, how do you do colour digitally? And everything was grey. Like every early 2000s anime was grey. Full Metal Alchemist, Standalone Complex, Witch Hunter Robin, which nobody remembers. Like everything digital just suddenly went really grey. Much like the the colour grading in a Christopher Nolan movie. Yes, grey. It was like, because people had a similar thing with games, didn't they? There was a period where all games suddenly went from super colourful in the 16-bit era to, we're serious now, we must be taken seriously as an art form. Everything has to be grey and have chest-high walls, you know, the Gears of War era. Everything was grey. Crazy. I like to imagine the boardrooms of these big multi-billion-dollar companies. Like, the kids love grey. The kids love grey. It has to be grey. Like, just how out of touch, how completely out of touch these people must be with reality. Which was confirmed if, I mean, we're going back some time now, but if anyone ever read those Sony leaks, somebody leaked a bunch of Sony emails from, you know, internal Sony emails from very high up people at Sony Movies back in the day. And it's amazing how people this stupid, and I don't normally call people stupid, but good lord, like they couldn't even spell. And these people who are dealing with like franchises like Spider-Man and stuff that would bring in, they would make or break VFX companies. They would bring in billions of dollars, and the people handling them couldn't even spell. And it was just insane seeing these email back and forths to each other. It was like an early 90s Simpsons bit or something. It was just almost unbelievable how like everything you ever thought might be the case with big movie companies actually was the case. Alright, we've got our base colours in. The Mediterranean must be grey. Did you hear that the actual Greek gods kept sending him gifts whilst they were shooting him at... Whilst they were shooting him at... Have I drank too much? Whilst he was shooting the movie, the Greek gods, like Poseidon kept sending him dolphins, and Athena kept sending him like rainbows and shit. And they had to stop filming. They were like, that rainbow looks shit, let's stop filming until the rainbow goes away. And then they would resume filming. Like, just natural beauty would appear during the filming of the movie. And they'd wait until it went away and then continue filming. It's just... I don't know what to tell you, chat. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I constantly feel like that. This is what it's like to be old. Oh, the sound design. It's coming on really well, actually. I got updates from both Angel, who's the project lead, and also Randy at Scary Good Sound, who has scored the whole thing, and it sounds good. It sounds very good. So the music is 100% done. Angel's working on the sound effects now, so hopefully it won't be much longer. So visuals 100% done, music 100% done, sound probably about a quarter of the way through. So yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't know. I think I've just become very I've become very cynical. Like the older you get, the more the things you notice are missing from what made things good in the past, I guess. And now I'm like, why is everything CG? Where's my practical stuff? Why is nothing colourful anymore? That's one of the things I quite liked about the He-Man film. It was very colourful. Like they really just went into After Effects and upped the saturation on everything, which was a pleasant surprise for once. Though it did make the film look quite fake at times. Yeah, I mean, it's true. I think the real problem becomes when you or if you decide to make, say, a YouTube career out of it, because then not only can you not enjoy anything, but you kind of like, you really can't enjoy anything now because you're supposed to say this is shit. So if you have a surprise, if you watch a movie which you expect to be crap and it's surprisingly good, you can't really say that because you've built up an audience who like you because you shit on things, you know? So, yeah. I used to be really like virulently opposed to the look of anime past, let's say, 1998. I just hated it, and I would go on for hours and hours about how it's ruined. It used to look so much better, and at some point I just thought, well, there's nothing I can do about it, and there's still stuff coming out that looks good. Like, I'm watching modern anime now, and there's stuff that looks very good. Like, do I prefer the look of the 90s and the 80s? Yeah, definitely. But I can't argue that, you know, stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer look bad because they have movie quality fight scenes. I mean, I don't know where they're getting the money from to do that, but they have movie quality fight scenes, and I can't argue with that. So somewhere along the way, I don't know. I was just like, well, it doesn't bother me as much anymore, I guess. The color palette of this shot is the same as the color palette for the rest of the scenes in this shot. So that's where I grabbed these color swatches from. So it should match. It should match up perfectly. It's in a very dark room, so that's why everything's muted. It's funny how I'm going on about everything's grey and shit, and here I am with a muted colour palette. But most of my stuff is colourful. Most of my stuff. I haven't watched the Backrooms movie. I will. Hold on. Live on air. I will add it to my list. Live on air. I did watch all of the Amazing Digital Circus. I did watch all of that. That's something you can just, you know, slap on your screen whilst you're eating as a break between animation or whatever. I would never sell the 7 Seas ever. Anime is ruined forever. It's true. Have you seen JJK? Yes, I like it. I was talking to Mackie about it. Wow, it's amazing. So when we were writing our script for our panel, we didn't realise, but when we came to practice the script a bunch of times, we realised that loads and loads of the the slides opened with, a lot of people ask me, or people often ask me, like every one of my bits was, people often ask me, what equipment do you use? People often ask me, what makes anime look like 80s and 90s? And I feel like the version of people often ask me for streams is, so I was talking to Mackie about this recently, which I was, and it was about Jujutsu. Was it about? Yes, it was about Jujutsu Kaisen, and about how because Mackie was saying that manga's having trouble in Japan. Like, was it Jump? Was it Shonen Jump? I think it was Jump, wasn't it, Mackie? That they're saying that readership is down, and people just aren't reading manga in the numbers that they used to. And we were talking about how basically all of your big shonen shows, especially recently, but even going back into the past, they all follow the exact same formula. Like Jujutsu Kaisen is Yu Yu Hakusho. They're all kind of Dragon Ball, or like that CG one I was watching recently with the blood magic powers. I can't remember it. Anyway, Chainsaw Man is the same. The other one, Demons of the Shadow Realm, which came out recently. It's always teenage character, call to action happens, they go to like a school or like some kind of institution with other people that have special powers, and they're like, whoa, there are other people like me who have special powers, but of course the main character is the chosen one, and but they all have to work as a team, but the main character is always the most powerful one who they need to win in the end. And that's kind of, once you notice that, that's a huge pattern across all of the stuff. But I don't mind it so much, because I mind it when it's at a school every time. I'm so fed up of them. I used to watch so many romance anime, and now that I'm 49, I can't be invested in watching a 16-year-old Japanese schoolboy have a crush on a 16-year-old Japanese schoolgirl at a Japanese school again, and like, oh, I can't tell him my feelings, and maybe they'll hold hands at the end, and there's only so many things you can go through, I guess. But I will watch it if it has really good artwork, because for me it's artwork over everything. So I say all this stuff, but at the end of the day, I am shallow. I am shallow and hollow. I have not seen the trailer. I haven't, but I will. Leviathan. Yes, there's a bunch of horror stuff coming in, which is nice. Yeah, I really like, probably my favourite at the moment. Well, we've me and Maggie have been watching Chainsmoker Cat. We've watched 3 episodes of that. It's disgusting, but it's very, well, it's original. Don't think I've seen anything like it. Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. I don't know if I want to be depressed about watching the original Sin one, but I have been interested. I might give it a go. I don't know. They still sound pretentious to me, Mamoru Oshii's films. Oh, is this the one with the Italian lyrics? No, it isn't. It is Stormlord, but there's a lyrics version as well. Well, one thing we're wondering is, of course. If it works, it works. Yeah, so one thing I'm wondering about the new Ghost in the Shell is that they're adapting the manga quite faithfully. So are they going to have Motoko blame everything on Israel all the time like she does in the manga? Every time there's a terrorist attack, she's like, I bet Israel did this. But it's set in a fictional like 2039 or something, where countries there was a World War IV which wiped out most of the world, and countries are in completely different positions. So it's not like Israel as it is now. It's not. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get myself out of trouble, basically. Exactly. Ghost in the Shell, surprisingly, not Angel Cup. Well, we are, and this is my fault, but we are supposed to be a non-political stream, so I guess let's keep it to animation. I should not have said anything. A visionary and a pervert. I really hope that now he's actually getting some fucking recognition for his work, and people will hopefully look at Ghost in the Shell and go, oh, the work by Masamune Shirow, instead of, oh, Mamoru Oshii's masterpiece, which is one of the things that pissed me off. Now that he's getting some recognition for his work, which I hope this adaptation will bring, maybe he'll, go back to doing doing Appleseed again instead of this disgusting hentai stuff that he's doing. Anyway. I was very surprised that they did. There are a bunch of people who are very naively thinking that when the Blu-ray comes out, it's going to have the full hentai scene on the yacht. It's not. Come on, we all know it's not. They're not going to put an 18 rated, like... They're not going to do it. I hope I'm wrong, but they're not going to do it. Also, why am I sliding? I'm sliding gradually off the screen. Yes, yep. Oh, yes he is. Yes, that seems to be all he's interested in now. I blame the, was it the flood or was it the earthquake that destroyed his studio and all of his work? I'm not even using Blender, I'm using Cinema 4D. Exactly, yeah, I mean he's, he must be set for life by now, so he just draws whatever he wants, which happens to be very strangely shaped noodle girls that are covered in oil. And like he'll CGI in the hands because he can't be bothered to draw hands, and really weird decisions like that. Just very strange. Very, very strange. I'd love to get drunk and sit down with him one day and ask him, but my Japanese isn't good enough. Maki, you're studying Japanese. Let's say, pop quiz. You're an izakaya and Shiro's sat next to you, and for some reason you magically know what he looks like, or he gives you a card and it's got like an oily girl on it. And he says, "My name is Masamune Shiro." Like, how do you ask him in Japanese about his pivot from the absolute king of Japanese cyberpunk to just drawing oily girls getting palpated by CGI horse people? Can you even begin to formulate that sentence in Japanese? If any of you know Japanese, even a bit of it, chat, now's your time to exercise your brain muscles. Oh yeah, he's fascinating. No, that's the thing, he was an absolute king of anatomy. An absolute king in the 90s. I guess it would work. Can I move this screen to get myself on... Oh, okay, it only moves to the left. If we can move it to the right... The screen, you see, is balancing the camera. The camera doesn't have much in the way of range. There we go. Well, it depends what you're into, doesn't it? His hentai work. Anyway, to the business in hand. We have the base colors on, and if you have been watching these live streams, you may know that I've already done the shading, which is like that, but of course it's the wrong color. So I'm going to apply this shading to our base colors now, and I shall do it thus. Hard light mode. I'll merge the layers. We've still got the shading as a layer, so I'm going to use that as a mask. Turn mask on. And now I'm going to replace these colors with the correct colors, and because it's using this one as a mask, it will only do it on the masked areas. Color replacer. Thank you, TVPaint, for always saving my ass. What a beautiful program. So these areas that are going to be replaced in red. Oof, too much. You got to fine tune it. One moment. No, actually I think that's fine. I think what we want to be doing, I think that's the color for the eyes and the teeth is fine. What we want to be doing is the skin color, which is this. So we replace that with that, duplicate, replace the extra shade there with that. So that's applied over all of the frames. Not much difference. Oh, we got to fix that ear though. Chat, we got to fix that ear, chat. Hold on, something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong. One moment. Let's go back to our shading here. Oh, something hasn't gone wrong. I just didn't finish it. I have 2 frames here that I haven't finished the shading on. Let's do that now. Sorry, I've been so lost in work I haven't been looking at chat. Let's see what's going on here. Chat. He's doing better, isn't he? Jim's doing better. I'm very glad to hear it. Alright, here we go. I think maybe that's the ultimate power. When you can do something and you choose not to. I just hope that he still can draw perfect anatomy and chooses not to, and that his skills haven't, atrophied like Bengus. Alright, there we go. That should be fine now. So, duplicate, hard light, merge. Then we use this as mask, and we will replace some colors now. Turn those back on. Color replacer. So So we replace that with that. We replace this with that. That's at 200%. We'll be seeing it at 100%. I think that looks alright. Did he get arthritis? You found it! You found it. I've made it. I was like, oh shit, no one's ever gonna see it. Maybe I should make it. Maybe, but no. I thought let's leave it subtle. Let's leave it. Did you activate it 3 times? If you activate it 3 times, something happens on the screen next to the Dalek. Anyway, I'm glad that you're enjoying the VR chat world. Oof. Trouble is, when you're putting in this temporary shading, you kind of get used to it, and so then when you put in the correct colours, they look wrong to you. Even though I know this is right, in my mind it should still look like that, but I know it should look like this. Ah well. Ah well. And the shirt is gonna be a bit of a beast, because this is meant to go to that, and then the darker shade here is supposed to go almost completely to black, like that. Oh really? You should try it. You should give it a try, Mackie. Because that was a huge waste of money if so. Oh, I think we need to change. Yes, we change that to that. No, I think this is wrong. One moment. Delete, delete, delete. And let me delete these two. Let me do the jacket first. So that's right. This, tolerance is up too high. This is supposed to go to that. And then this one is supposed to go to that. Good. But how's it look at 100%? It looks like a real mess. So some manual tweaks may have to be done, because if I turn it up anymore, it's leaking. Ugh. Yeah, I might have to tweak that manually then, unfortunately. For me. Yeah, I fixed up a bunch of stuff. I still go in occasionally to VR chat, but the days of you going into VR chat and just finding random people to talk to seem to be over. Like, VR chat was like starting a new school for years, and you just, meet people and talk to them. But VR chat now seems to be like the end of school, where everyone is already atomized into their friend groups and they've gone to private instances. And so you don't really see people just walking around anymore, which is a real shame. A real shame. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you like the blockbuster, Mackie. Oof. Yeah, these bits are giving me some trouble. Like, that's not good. But if I do it much more, it starts bleeding into the hair. Yeah, so we're gonna have to fix that manually. Oh, you know, I could just leave it. What happens if I just leave it? Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna apply these. Looks alright. Let me fix up these, Huh. It doesn't look as bad as I thought. It really doesn't look as bad as I thought, actually. I mean, there's bits like this here that I need to fix, which I can't do because the mask is turned on. There we go. Huh. Wow, yeah, that turned out surprisingly okay. Alright, so that's good. I see. I mean, already, I remember, like, a few years ago, there were people going into public worlds and just using, like, particle systems to break people's avatars and things like that, so, yeah. I guess like you have those nuisance streamers in real life, but they were doing it in VR chat. Speaking of which, we've been going for an hour. We should do a coffee break. Should we not? Surely we should. Surely we must. Surely. Alright, I'll be back after these messages when our program continues.
A very special cup of coffee, a new standard in richness, a new standard in pureness, blended together to give a new standard in smooth. The Gold Blend standard, only from Nescafe.
It's only memories of Earth and the rich smell of this coffee that keeps my spirits up. Coffee. At least we'll reach our destination soon. Coffee. You make a fine cup of coffee. You've made my day.
Are you taking your coffee break now, Alan?
Yeah, that's right. You want some? Coffee. And I had to go make coffee for two. Hurry up, would you? My coffee's starting to cool off. Coffee, my salvation from my day-to-day drudgery. Coffee. A little bitter, but still an excellent blend.
Boy, you should switch to decaf.
Hello. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm having a dinner party and I've run out of coffee.
Come in.
Thank you.
Will Gold Blend be too good for your guests?
Oh, I think they could get used to it.
It's a very sophisticated coffee.
They have very sophisticated taste.
Do they?
Yes. Well, I must be getting back.
Now, golden roasted, richer, smoother, Nescafe Gold Blend.
Have you met your new neighbor yet?
Oh, I've popped in for coffee.
Come on, Dad.
You're playing Vicky, not Andre Agassi.
Don't be so sure.
Agassi.
Hi, call me Andre.
Nescafe, Andre?
You bet. Nescafe sure is coffee at its best. That's the best thing served to me all week. Who's up for doubles?
Yeah!
The best days are Nescafe days.
今
結構忙しいんだろ？そういえば例の歌の歌詞はでき…
私はあなたが好き。
Days looking new and bright, and you're gonna start it right. Folgers starting to brew, the aroma's calling you. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Mornings are brighter with mountain-grown Folgers because mountain-grown coffee has more enticing aroma than any other kind.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Please enjoy this footage of velvety smooth beans, followed by a well-shot close-up of a hot brown liquid that's brewed by mixing heated water.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes two ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
お嬢さん方を応接室に。
はい。
美味しいコーヒーを入れましょうかね。美味しいコーヒーができましたよ。
I only showed you that to remind you you desperately need your fix.
男の温度が上がった。飲んで飲んでまた飲みたい。缶入りコーヒーウエスト。
Go West.
いつもそばにいてね。
ボス、私のそばにいてね。ボス、決して私見捨てないでお願い。Boss, I can't live without you. Boss, I can't live without you.
Boss, いつもそばにいてね。Boss, 私のそばにいてね。Boss, 決して私見捨てないでお願い。Boss, I can't live without you. Boss, I can't live without you.
A very special cup of coffee, a new standard in richness, a new standard in pureness, blended together to give a new standard in smooth. The Gold Blend standard, only from Nescafe.
It's only memories of Earth and the rich smell of this coffee that keeps my spirits up. Coffee. At least we'll reach our destination soon. Coffee. You make a fine cup of coffee. You've made my day.
You taking your coffee break now, Alan?
Yeah, that's right. You want some? Coffee. And I had to go make coffee for two. Hurry up, would you? My coffee's starting to cool off. Coffee, my salvation from my day-to-day drudgery. Coffee. A little bitter, but still an excellent blend.
Boy, you should switch to decaf.
Hello. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm having a dinner party and I've run out of coffee.
Come in.
Thank you.
Will Gold Blend be too good for your guests?
Oh, I think they could get used to it.
It's a very sophisticated coffee.
They have very sophisticated taste.
Do they?
Yes. Well, I must be getting back.
Now, golden roasted, richer, smoother,
Nescafe Gold Blend.
Have you met your new neighbor yet?
Oh, I've popped in for coffee.
Come on, Dad. You're playing Vicky, not Andre Agassi.
Don't be so sure.
Agassi.
Hi, call me Andre.
Nescafe, Andre?
You bet. Nescafe sure is coffee at its best. That's the best thing served to me all week. Who's up for doubles?
Yeah! The best days are Nescafe days.
今結構忙しいんだろ？そういえば例の歌の歌詞はでき…
私はあなたが好き。
Days looking new and bright, and you're gonna start it right.
We're back. I have coffee. Can I do a poll on here? Will it let me? Do you know how to do a poll in live chat? Can you? You can't, not that I can see. Engage with your audience. Oh, start a poll. Alright. Ask a question, optional. Let's see, will this work? Okay, there's a poll up if you wish to engage in it. That I ask for reasons. No, no worries if not. I got the coffee. The sweet coffee. I do. I absolutely do. Does it tell me how many people have answered though? It just says currently it says 57% yes, 57% no? How are you seeing this? Here's what I'm seeing. Can I like hover over it and it'll tell me? No, it won't tell me anything. Well, you'll have to tell me, chat. Chat. Well, yeah, we all hate Discord, but I had to have one. Mine's alright. X votes and percentage. Well, it's nice that it's showing everybody else that, but not me. Maybe it is showing me that, but in some random window somewhere. Well, we'll give it a while and then we'll see. So what more shading can I put on this, or is that alright? I mean, it is like a 1 second shot. It's true? Listen to this man. He speaks the truth. 9 votes. Well, apparently there's 30 people watching. So I guess 30 people just sit around in the background. Alright, we have up here, we have a couple of hands. We have 2 shots of hands coming up, which we must now also shade. I left it to the end because it's going to be super easy. Maybe. I don't know. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, how much edgy humour can you get away with? I pride myself on being very, very safe indeed and never saying anything controversial. Now, in my day-to-day life, I think many controversial things, I just never say them. Huh? Really like your style. Me and my friends used your renditions of the Decepticons for a while. Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. No, I don't even... Honestly, since this shitty new capture system, I don't even post anything on TV. And even then, with it being anonymous, I never really posted on TV. I mostly posted on the M board, on the Mecha board. A more civilized board for, you know, a more civilized age. You actually have discussions there and everyone isn't just constantly shitposting. And shitposting's fun, but it can't be your entire online interaction. I mean, some of the funniest memes I've ever seen have come from 4chan, so I definitely don't think it's the literal worst internet site that's ever existed. Like you know, the popular news opinion used to be. Because it's not a board, is it, 4chan? It's a series of boards. You'll find a completely different clientele depending on where you go. Like I went on Poll and it was unusable. It was just completely unusable for me. But on M you can actually have interesting conversations about, well, provided you're interested in Japanese mecha. Which I am. What's my most controversial take? I will never tell you. Well, it's probably, I don't know, something like anime used to look better or something. So in the parlance of today, it's absolute, you know, it's just a nothing burger. Space Haven, Mackie, Space Haven. If anyone's played RimWorld, which I'm sure a few of you have, Space Haven's quite similar to RimWorld, except it's in space. But yeah, my wrist and the tendons in my hand are kind of screwed. Not for drawing, it's totally fine for this kind of motion, but definitely for using a mouse. I should probably get something done about that sooner rather than later, but alas, America, well, you have to pay hefty sums just to go to the doctor. Of course, where I come from, England, the NHS is free. It's crap, but it's free. So, choose your poison, I guess. There's one of my most controversial takes right there, I suppose. But I just can't really get over that time that I had COVID and they didn't know what it was and just basically left me to die. They were like, well, we don't know. Maybe it's like, maybe you're stressed. I'm sweating, hallucinating, can't sleep, been awake for a week because, like, oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. That was proto COVID before it was officially. I got the alpha build. COVID-19 they call it, and that was at the end of 18. So unlike a lot of other hipsters, I got it before it was cool. Where is it? Mackie's lent me this. Mackie's lent me this mouse, which you can't even see it. It's like the buttons are sideways. So apparently that helps a lot. So I'm going to give this a try. Is it good? I tried it for a few minutes, so you know, no time at all, and I was like, how am I going to get used to this? But I think I could. I think I probably could. It's certainly ergonomic. Why? There we go. Why was my timeline underneath my line smoothing? I can't use trackpad. I can't. It makes no sense to me. It's so unwieldy. It's so unwieldy. Speaking of also things which I watched recently, I watched the Mandalorian movie. Although it felt really like, you know, 2 TV episodes slapped together. And that was alright, though it had its problems. So, what are the results of this poll? It says 54% for me. Oh, here we go. 13 votes. And half of those people are in the Discord. So that means half of, let's say around 7. Okay. How does this look? So then that'll flow into the next scene where he's kicking people's asses quite nicely, I think. However, we're not done. We've got a couple of guards in the background. Here they are, a couple of guards looking around. Whoa! I've already shaded one frame of them. Now currently it looks like shit. And also I'm going to repeat frames, so I'm going to have to turn the doctor off like that so that I can shade them independently. Yeah, I don't really understand channel membership actually. I don't really get what. So from what I've seen, the way people use it is they'll have some videos on their channel where it says members only, and so that incentivizes people to go, oh, I want to see that, I'll become a channel member for so much a month or whatever. Yeah. Isn't it exciting watching people shade other people's heads? Especially when they're bald. Now luckily I'm not bald yet, so I've got that going for me. I'm not even going grey yet, so I'm doing pretty well. I'll be 50 next year. 50! Who was that? That was my housemate, the IT guy. No dye, no dye in this. Like sometimes when I get a bit of stubble going here, you can definitely see a bit of white in the stubble. Oh yes. Don't fear the Reaper. Oh, I need to turn on the mask because no one cared about this animation until we turned on the mask. It is quite a far cry from the days of me streaming up in the attic in England, roasting to death in the heat. I actually have a fan and aircon now. And other wonderful American inventions. That's why I'm glad to be an American, or at least I know I'm free. I won't actually be an American until they give me a green card. Who knows if that'll ever happen. How did Jim Sterling do it? Do you remember Jim Sterling? Oh! That was Obi. Obi wants to go into Maggie's room. He's protesting at the door. Exactly. We all fear getting Vegeta's hairline. Oh, yes, I think she is. I think she's out there. So chat, exciting news. Hold on, let me bring this back. Come back here. Lock, thanks. There's this cat outside. There's a whole family of cats, and but we first saw Bootsy because he's got little boots. That's Bootsy Senior. But then he started hanging around with his family. So there's little Bootsina, his daughter, and there's Bootsy Junior, and Bootsina has been hanging out just outside the front door, so you can see her on the camera. So she comes over for dinner like every single day, and obviously we really want to let her in, but she doesn't really seem interested in coming in, and obviously she'd frighten the 3 cats that are here. So who knows? But Lily loves going up to the window and like smacking. She does like Hokuto Shinken at the window, and Bootsina like slaps back. So it's like watching Shin and Kenshiro fighting. It's pretty funny. But they seem to be good friends. They seem to be good, you know, only see each other through the window friends. Lily has a bunch of chipmunk friends outside. They're friends because she can't eat them. Because she can't get through the gauze. There's like a patio that the cats really like and hang out all day on. Well, yeah, no, I don't think it's I don't think they have that in common, but I think they both think that in this world only the strongest survive. Julia is mine now, Ken! What a gift! What a gift! What a wonderful gift. Yes! Good friends. We all do that. That's how you know you're friends with someone, if you hiss at each other through some glass. Has anyone been watching the Chainsmoker Cat anime then? Or is it just us? Because it is completely disgusting and I think you might enjoy it. Just don't eat whilst watching it. I was eating whilst watching it. And that was a mistake. Alright, that might be our base shading for this guy. Let's see, shall we? No, there's holes. There's always holes. How about now? How about now? I don't like this. Let's crank the tolerance up. It's called tolerance in Photoshop. It's called range in TVPaint. Indeed, yes. I was like, what the hell? How can they get away with this on TV? Remember, kids, stay in drugs, don't do school. I think they've done a really good job in depicting an anime character that you definitely would not want to know in real life, which is rare, actually. Really? Yeah, I've seen clips of the CGI Hokuto no Ken. I just can't. It does, doesn't it? This guy would be called, I don't know, what would be a good name for this guy if he was in the corner of your... He'd probably be called... Joe from China. Oh, there's a gap in my lettering. There's a gap in my lettering. There it is. Joe. Yes, he'd be a guy in a cloak, and he grapples you. So Capcom Ultimate Meetup at the con. I was like, I'm going to go in there. They're all going to be passionately talking about Street Fighter 3. Everyone was just sat down. No one was talking to anyone. I walked in, had a look around, turned 360 degrees and walked away. And that was my experience. And Maki was like, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. I was like, no, I'm gonna be a positive Polly. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna make friends at this con. I'm gonna talk to people. She's like, that's not how it works in America. I was like, no, I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna do it though. I did not do it. The times of yore are long past, apparently. Because I imagine even in America in the 90s, conventions were probably like that. You could just go up to someone and say, oh, nice Macross t-shirt, and talk about Macross. But it doesn't seem to be the case here. I mean, it was SuperCon, so it was very corporate. It was one of those corporate cons. So I guess everyone was just there to get autographs from Hayden Christensen and wear cosplay. But the people we talked to after our panel outside, we actually got some very nice words from, so yeah. Exactly. You see, stuff like that, people would have just looked at you like you were speaking an alien language. I would have gone in and said, hey, fellow kids, how's it hanging? Does this room feature Dante from the Devil May Cry series, TM? And everyone would have looked at me like, what is Unk yapping about? Exactly. I mean, that could have worked. I think you could have done it. You could have gone in there and got a conversation going, but I'm just terrible at it. Terrible at it. I've always needed a wingman or woman to talk to people. Every time. Like I'm terrible at just meeting new people on my own. You see that? That's what a Capcom. It's called Capcom Ultimate Meetup. That's what should be happening, surely, in that room. And yet, it did not. I don't think, because I wasn't there. Maybe. Maybe, but it's a monkey's paw bush. You might get one, but it'll be terrible. Or we'll get like a new vampire savior anime or something, and it'll be made by the Castlevania people, and it'll have nothing to do with the game. I still can't believe that's real. I still can't believe that's real. They can. Oh, they can. They can keep. They're gonna keep reusing that one sprite from 1994. They're gonna use it for the next 10 years. It is very good. But, you know, when placed next to a Street Fighter 3 sprite, it starts to look a little out of place. Hey, Obi! What's up? Do you want to come stand on my keyboard? Oh, I shouldn't have said it. He's coming. Oh, you want to go in there? He really wants to go into Maki's office. She's doing important things like watching live streams though. Wow, can you hear him? All square, yeah, you've got to get those pixels in there. Mmm. I have a problem, chat. I don't know if I should tell you about it, if it's too personal. It concerns my coffee drinking habits. Alright, I'll tell you about it. So, I've become addicted to the cookie crumble mocha frappuccino at Starbucks. It's one of the greatest things I've ever tasted. It's the finest cold drink available in the world right now, I would even say. If you're someone like me who, you know, wants your drinks to basically be a dessert in drink form, it's perfect. It ticks every box. However, Starbucks keep trying to push me away with health scares and cancer scares. Exactly, a cake. It's a beautiful dessert. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. But I just don't know if I can go anymore, because at first it was they're roasting their beans with a carcinogenic process. I'm like, okay, I'm already kind of scared of cancer, so I don't want to be upping my odds by drinking coffee that's got carcinogenic shit in it, right? But I'm addicted to my cookie crumble frappuccino, so I'm like, alright, well, I'm sure they've got it sorted. I know they haven't got it sorted, but I'm like, I'm sure they've got it sorted by now, so that's fine. That's fine. Well, just once in a while. And then recently there's a what was it, Mackie? The syrups. They've been receiving syrups for their various flavored coffee beverages, and they're out of date or something because they're all cloudy and crap. Like loads of Starbucks employees have been making videos on TikTok about it, about how they bring it to management's attention, and they're like, well, it doesn't matter, use it anyway. And so now I'm like, alright, so the coffee gives you cancer, and they're using, like, I don't know, cloudy, disturbing looking syrups. I'm not sure about that. Everything both causes and prevents cancer, according to the Daily. I can believe that from the Daily Mail. And so now I got two things that I have to worry about, that I have to do mental gymnastics to avoid thinking about if I want to drink my cookie crumble mocha frappuccino. And then today there was a third one, and I'm like, I just can't go anymore, can I? I just can't do it. I forget what the third one was. Mackie told me about it. That's how you know it's true. And so I'm kind of screwed now. So be prepared for me to look increasingly haggard over further live streams as my withdrawal symptoms kick in, I guess. However, they are expensive, so you know, going to cold turkey might actually be a good idea. There you go. Yes, the powders are hazardous to breathe in. I mean, I could, but here's my problem. Here's my problem. Everything tastes better when it's handed to you. Even if you're a world-class chef, the food will taste better if someone else makes it and surprises you with it. So, you know, I could make myself a chili every day because I love chili, but I'd rather someone else make it. I'd rather go out for a chili. And get, what, a Folgers in my cup, the best part of waking up. I could. Alright, I think we've shaded this guy. We don't need to go crazy because all of this part is going to be covered up by the doctor standing in front. Now I would start shading this guy, but it's already been 2 hours, so maybe we should call it a night. Perhaps. But no one does the mocha cookie crumble frappuccino. That's the problem. That's the problem. Nobody does it. But yes, alright. I think that'll do us for the moment. So thank you once again for joining me on this fine Friday evening. And I'll see you hopefully next week. Who knows? Alright. See you later, chat. Have a good night. Which button is it? Which button is it? Wow, I haven't streamed in so long. I don't know which button it is.